It's a journal article. The title is Unsupervised K-mean Clustering Algorithm. It will tell you the authors, the abstract of the paper. You can go down. Thank you. Then, where is it published? What volume? Which page? What date? The access, the DOI, and all the rest, all the rest, all the rest. And the good thing about it is that you, the same way, as a matter of fact, you are the one that input all of these things as you are uploading the paper. You put all of those details so that you can always easily manage your paper, and from there you arrange things on how they are related. Like if you have, let's say you are working with team science. What do you mean by team science? Team science is saying, I'm a statistician, she's a medical practitioner, he is in physiotherapy, and different kind of people from different fields. We are all coming together working on the same projects. That is team science. So in such a team, you have different kind of area of specialty. Maybe the person is mathematics or statistics, he is talking about machine learning, talking about this and that. The person in the physiotherapy is talking about the bone fracture and all the rest. The person in physiology is talking about whatever. All of us can have different folders where if I want to learn about what is going on in statistics, I know the folder to click, I can see the papers. Then statistics is a very big area. There can be some subfolders inside that folder. Thank you, man. You can help us to close it so that I can move on from here. So basically what we have on what you can see on your system is what you have there. And for more in-depth understanding, just go to the videos that have been linked. Just go to the videos. I'm coming. Great. Just go to the videos that have been linked, and that's from there you see video tutorials that will teach you from scratch on what to do and not the rest. So, searching the main sources, we'll talk about this, how to synthesize. Again, everything you see here, once you see it in blue, it means there's a video that have been linked for you. There are some that if it is just only the name of, take for instance, you see the name of a particular tool, Mendeley Zotero, that's the website of that thing. But if you see that I'm talking about something like here now, how to find people, that's a video that I've been linked for you that can help you to learn what you need to learn. Okay, so how do you synthesize things? You need to identify teams. We did something close to that on Google LLM. Identify the teams, look at how to do quality assessment, identify research. We're talking about all of these things. So we've dealt a little bit on Google LLM, Mendeley and Zotero. There are a lot of videos here, at least maybe around 8 that can help you out. So now let's go to latex and overlay. Now, what is the relationship between latex and overlay? The two of them are just typewriting instruments. Just like you have Microsoft Word for you to type letters and all the rest, that's what latex and overlay is meant for. What is the relationship between them? These are, I don't want us to waste time on terminologies, installation and access. The point is that for latex, you do it on your system. For overlay, you do it online. Just the way you log into your mail. For collaboration, latex, since it is on your system, only you can really work on it at a time, except to download as PDF and send it to someone. But for overlay, because it is online, just like you have your email, you can always collaborate with people. And I can be in South Korea, collaborate with a professor in Brazil. I can be in US, collaborate with another researcher in Germany and all the rest. So because all of us can log in and we can be working together on it. Then features and tools. Latex, it depends on the one you choose, maybe make test and all the rest. For overlay, it is centrally maintained by the people that host the online platform. Then performance with large document, latex is great on that. Overlay, is not as great as latex, but again, the flexibility of overlay make it, for me, more. As a matter of fact, I learned on overlay. So then package management. Latex, you have the control over it, but overlay is centrally managed. So now, again, there are videos on latex. Video, this one is about 4.5 hours, maybe 4 hours, 20 something, 27 minutes or so. But it is highly recommended. Highly recommended. If you sit with it for that 4 hours, you become a pro. Then latex tutorial 2, tutorial 3. This is a playlist. This tutorial 3 is a playlist of 25 short videos. Maybe you are the one that really cannot sit for that 4 hours and to learn something and not the rest. You can just pick the 6 minutes, 7 minutes before you know you pick one skill before you know you're a good should I use your programmer now or typewriter? Then for overlay, you have video tutorial here. So this is about 7 minutes, the other is about 7 minutes. But this one I have to go and look for a playlist so that you don't just 7 minutes video. 7 minutes video, 2 7-minute video cannot do justice to learn overlay. So I added this. But one thing about overlay also is that the more you use it, the more you know it. Now I can quickly relate. Let me tell you my own story about overlay. And on this overlay, I'm definitely going to open a place where we can work together because I have a personal account apart from our school account on overlay. And we're going to do a little bit of things on overlay. Now, how did I get to overlay in the first place? I'm going to show you, and while I'm about discussing that, I want to discuss it with facts before you. Overlay, okay. I think at this point, let me share my screen so that we go together. Let's journey together. Overleaf, yeah, this is my personal email now, not work email. So let me just put overleaf. So overleaf online LaTeX editor. I love it. It has been of great help to me. I work on it. So it brings me straight to my folder. Again, I don't have a lot there. Some of us here, we have far more than I do. So I have about 98 things here. Now, out of these 98 things, I want to talk about one of the things in the document that I'm using to discuss with us that we've not seen that, or maybe I'll skip it while I'm rushing, but definitely I remember it now that when you are working, you want to have what we call version control. I think we've mentioned it before, but I did not explain it. We have what we call version control. What do we mean by version control? As I open this now, I remember that word version control. What do we mean by version control? Version control is talking about, let me go up a little bit. You see what I'm talking about now. Version control. Version control. Yeah. So this is what we are talking about, version control. Can you see these two files?
Yes.
Can you read it out?
A comparison of GPLS with PLS using two real-world data sets 1 and 2. Then the second one, a comparison of GPLS with PLS using two real-world data sets.
They are the same thing. True of us.
True.
Okay, let me unclick those two. Let me click two new ones. This and this. Are they related? And this probably?
Yes, it's a relationship.
Yeah, okay, let me clear this. The only two that I underline now, are they related?
Yeah. Yes.
So long story short, to save our time, this is what we're talking about, version control. I am working on a project. And again, don't let me overstate it so that don't let me use one version control so that I will not abuse that terminology. But let me just explain the concept of what we're talking about. Like as you are working in progression. Are you with me? Now, while you start your work, at a time, you may need to do a lot of addition, subtraction, and all the rest. Maybe you have drafted a paper and you submitted it as an either abstract or you are not even only abstract, maybe you have submitted it for publication and all the rest. And they ask you to edit and this and that and that. If you do not want to, or apart from if you do not want to, if there is a situation where not to mess up what you have before, that can be just maybe 0.01. My own naming convention is not actually good, but when you go on the YouTube video or what I said to you, you will see the very good way of doing naming convention and all the rest. So that one may be 0.01. Then the newer version that you are now working on will be 0.02. So again, I'm not using the word technically as it is, but just the concept behind it. So that at the end of the day, if you now want to go back to it, you want to know, okay, oh, this is the one that this was the first draft. Just like when you are working, first draft, second draft, third draft. Because if everything you are correcting, you just delete everything. Let me explain in a way that you make it to appreciate what we are talking about. Let's assume that you printed the document now, you submitted it to your professor. I say, cancel this, cancel this, cancel this, cancel this, remove this, remove that. You remove it, you go back to this thing. Instead of you to maybe comment it out, you just delete it after you are done. Then you say, oh, when I was doing research, when I go back home, I now discovered that thing you were talking about is correct. Oh, can you reinstate it? You're not looking, sir. I've deleted it. When you ask me to delete it, I deleted it with all the references and everything. That would not be wise. How do? You are done with that one. If commenting and over commenting will spoil everything, you can just create another document. Call that one 0.01 or 0.1 or even 1. Start a new one. Effect all the changes that you have to change in it. Let that one be what you are working with currently. And as you move on, another person is coming up. Before you know it, it may be the 5th or 6th draft that will see the light of the day. But all that was in the first draft, second draft, and not the rest, you can still always implement that. You can still always bring those things back on board. Instead of you are working, as you work, because you want to make changes, you delete. You work, you delete, work and delete. A time comes, those things you have worked on and deleted, you needed them now, and you're unable to work with them. That will not be a good way to do things. So that's that about that. But let's come back now to the LaTeX itself. Now, LaTeX can be as simple as you want to write a recommendation letter for your students. This is actually one of the recommendation letters I wrote to one of my students around 2021. But to keep the student privacy, I've deleted the name of the boy and I changed it to XYZ. I actually wanted to send this to someone as a sample, so I have to delete the name of the boy everywhere in the letter and just change the name to XYZ. So you can use LaTeX to even write a letter. As simple as no mathematics, nothing, just write letter. You can use LaTeX to write letter. How do you do that? You are, again, the video tutorial is already there. because definitely even 2 hours cannot teach LaTeX in full. This is just a kind of an appetizer to create your interest. So you have a document class. That's what type of thing are you doing? This one now is letter. If it is not letter, let me give you a case study. I can use it to prepare slide, Gaussian processing slide. You can see this one now. If you come to the document class, the document class is what? Beamer. I am preparing slide. If you look at it, you can see this slide, like when you are using PowerPoint. So if I'm preparing slide, the header is Beamer. There can be other various types. Again, there is no one size fits all. So the document class, this 11 point is talking about what is your what's your fonts and all the rest. Then you bring in libraries. Again, we are all for us to be here. You are using that Python, you are using R and all the rest. So you bring in your libraries, bring in your packages and all the rest. Another thing also is that you can define your own command. Like take for instance now, maybe as I am typing, I will always be using okay, look at this case. Although I'm not looking at that now. Look at this n. You can see that this is mathematical n. That's not ordinary n, it's a Corley n. So some of those ones are already defined in a standard way in LaTeX. But there may be some things that you, as the researcher, you need that you know that you'll be typing this thing every time. Like maybe you want to type variance of, covariance of, cumulative sum, a lot of things you want to be typing. And instead of you to be typing it over and over again, you will define it a new command. In that new command, what you want to be typing, you put it here. Then what you want to refer to, you put it in front here. So that instead of you to always be typing \math rm var, anytime you just type \var, depending on what you define, it will just bring out what has been predefined in LaTeX. So in such a way, you speed up your typing. So you use new command. Apart from that, you can do a lot of definitions. You can define a lot. You can define a lot. You can see this one now. Actually, this is like a kind of copy and paste, and it's a legitimate copy and paste. This I got from my professor while I was still in South Korea. So I was preparing his lecture note that time, and the template he gave me when I was using to work for him as a teaching assistant. But that's actually the origin of my using LaTeX. Up until I left Nigeria, I was not using LaTeX. It was when I started my master's in South Korea that I started using LaTeX. So I needed to prepare. In fact, that was my work. That's how I would prepare. I needed to use LaTeX to prepare his slides for his lecture, and I've never used LaTeX before. Even if I've never used it. I've never used LaTeX before, and I have to deliver on the job. So he gave me a template, and I have to slug it out, sit on the internet. And LaTeX, if you put footwear that's supposed to be command, there will be error. And you can know what that means. You have to deliver a job when you don't have the tool for that job. But again, that's become a past tense now. So let's go back to the beginning. So you have the title, uncertainty quantification. The uncertainty quantification here in this bracket is what is displaying in this middle part, uncertainty quantification. Can you see what I'm pointing at? Can you see what I'm pointing at?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So in the front of this title, this is the title itself, Gaussian process regression. So if you go to the first slide, that is the Gaussian process regression. Gaussian process regression. But the uncertainty quantification that I put in front of it is that as I now go to the second page, you see that when you see people's slide, you will see their name, the name of their university, maybe they are doing machine learning, this, that, and all the rest. Then you will see date, then the number of slides. So the one you put in this bracket, square bracket, in front of the title is what will already be displaying in each slide. So as you now move on, you see that uncertainty quantification will always be coming up and all the rest. So then again, author. The name of the author is this one in the first place. This is the name of the author. But the one in the square bracket in front of the curly bracket is now the one that will always be coming out. Okay, for a little bit understanding, let me change it from, instead of Ayorinde Olatunde, let me change it to Ayorinde Emmanuel. So I've changed this one to Ayorinde Emmanuel. Then for uniqueness, let me change this from Ayorinde to Jesus is Lord. So now I want to change it so that
you tell people for your feet.
Yeah. So I want to change it so that at the end of the day, you can see the clear difference between all of them. The one in the square bracket is the one that will always be coming out in each of the pages. Then the one that is in the curly bracket is the one that will be in the front page. So if I recompile again, you can see here now, Olatunde Jesus is Lord. That is the author's name in curly bracket. In square bracket is what we now, Ayorinde Emmanuel is what you will now be seeing on each page at the bottom. Ayorinde Emmanuel, Ayorinde Emmanuel, Ayorinde Emmanuel. Then when you come to institution, the one is, in fact, long story short, to save our time, the square bracket is what will be in each page. Curly bracket is what will be in the title page. So here now, CWRU, that's the name of the university, the name of the lab, SDLC, CWRU. Then from there, V space, that's the number of space you want to give it, the date. Now, the date here, / today. Obviously, you know that it is not when we are here that I started typing all of these things. But because I use / today on the date, the time I recompile it, that day we bring the date there. So today is March 21, March 1, 2025. That's why it's bringing March 1, 2025. If I put a fixed date there, we bring out the fixed date. And on and on like that to move on. So this is how to prepare PowerPoint on LaTeX. Then you begin document, title page. The title page is telling you that you should bring up a title page. Then, and that's the beginning of a frame. So this in PowerPoint, you call it slide. You call it slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. Here in LaTeX lingo, it calls it frame. So when I say begin frame, that means you want to produce the first slide. It calls it frame. Play. The meaning of play is that you should not do anything on the top of that slide. Let me see if I have anyone that is different that will help us. Okay, okay, great. You can see that in all of this one now, you can see PB1. Can you see the PB1? PB1 7 pieces.
Yes.
So in this case now, in PB1 7 pieces, okay, let me go back to 2 that is close to each other. Okay, PB2 5 pieces. PB2 5 pieces. Great. So if you look at line 328, can you see line 328?
Yes.
Yeah. So in line 328, after the begin frame, which I used to begin every slide, after the begin frame, I put another curly bracket, 5 PC, PB2 5 pieces. So you can see that for that particular slide, it has a sort of heading. PB2 5 pieces. That's why you see an heading. But if you look at this line 328, that's begin frame. But if you look at the beginning of the frame before it, you will see that in front of that begin frame, there is nothing. Line 305. Can you see line 305? Can you see line 305?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see that in the front of begin frame, there is nothing in front of it. That's why you can see that there is nothing in front of it. There is no title page on it. If I want to add a title now, I can just say, you can see the title now. So let me reduce some of all these things so that we will not have error of it running too much. Begin itemize. I'm coming. I want to share something. Okay, begin itemize from here. Control S. Yeah. So I'm reducing the content because I can see that that page is already full. So if I don't reduce the comments, you will see error. You can see the log and output. Even in this one, there's already 3 errors, but it's still able to run because those are not serious errors. So if I click on that now, you can see that Jesus is Lord is now the title. And how did we arrive at Jesus is Lord? At the 305, after frame, I put Jesus is Lord. And that's why you can see the title Jesus is Lord. And from there, text BF, some of all the technicality you will learn it because we want to be taking it one after the other. We'll actually not live here. So text BF, that's to bring it in boldface. So that's text boldface. So begin itemize, it means you want to itemize, you want to put the bullet points. Then each of the bullets, you put item, then you write what you want to write, item, write what you want to write, and not there. So let me remove that Jesus is Lord because it's going to occupy space. Let me remove it so that I can. Okay, let me just Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Yeah. So I'm going to go with that. So then if you want to type mathematics, you put it inside. Okay, what I will just do is this. Let's just take one more new frame and do it together. I think that would be a better way of going about this. Begin frame, Ctrl copy. So any document you have, you begin document, you end document. At this point, okay. Ctrl A, Ctrl copy. Ctrl Z, Ctrl copy. I want to leave here. I don't want us to have a document that is too crowded. So new project, let's assume that I want to start from the blank, from the beginning. New project, blank project. What is the name? Demo. Enter. It creates a new document for me. This, in fact, naturally, this is what it's giving me. The name of this one is an article. So you can see that it's now in A4 instead of being in slides like we have before. Use package, you just give a case study. Title is demo. Author, you use my name because I'm in my overleaf. Date, you use, the other time we use today. That today gave us today's date. In this case now, the date is March 25, we brought March 2025. Begin document, make title, a section is introduction, end document, that's all. If I change this March now to today, / today, if I recompile again, the date will change from March 2025 to March 1, 2025. Can we see it?
Yes.
Great. Okay, to save our time, let me copy everything here, delete. Let me paste what I have copied, and let me delete virtually all of it. Virtually all of it. I want to do just maybe in the next 10 minutes, I'll be out of LaTeX. Then I will refer you to video that I already have a lot of videos. But I want to leave some important slides. Okay, let me recompile first so that I will choose the slides to keep so that I'll be able to demonstrate some useful and good things for you. I'm going to keep slide 1, keep slides 2 and 3, 4, 5. Okay. After the first 4 slides, I can just delete everything. Yeah, okay. End frame. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. Begin frame. Okay, delete. Ctrl Z. Ctrl V. Just a few minutes, I'll be with you. Okay, frame. Okay. Okay, I can still delete all of this. Okay. Now, I reduce it so that we can have a handful of things to play with. I don't want us to have too much on our plate. Then I will now be able to walk you through what we have. How many slides do we have here? 14. 14 is too much, but again, no problem. Let's go to each of the slides one after the other and just bring out some things. End frame. That is disturbing us. You can frame out. Yeah. Okay, good. You can see that in this place now, we are having log only 2. Let's come here. The first page is saying, the first page is talking, the line, can we see line 115 to 117?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is the title page. Let's be out of title page. There are a lot of beautiful things you can actually do. I'm trying to pick sensitive things out as well. Frame out. Okay. Yeah. Great. So now let's come here. If you look at the first slide, there are beautiful things here that I would like to show us. When you want to type things that are mathematical equations and not the rest, the first thing is you want to put them inside $sign, like great. So if I want to type, let's say x, let's say I want to type x raised to power, that is raised to power 2 plus y raised to power 3 equals to 180. So if I recompile, you will see that thing that I just typed now. You can see it here. X raised to power 3 plus y raised to power 3 equals to 180. Why is it this way? You can see that I am not putting it inside any begin frame, end frame. So that will be a very bad way for me to work. If I actually want to do the right thing, I'm supposed to have begin frame. So if I want to say what is the title of that frame, I can say it is demo. But if you begin frame, you must end frame. If not, there will be an error. That's the error. Can you see the red dots?
Yes.
Now, because the most important thing in any coding, either R, Python, LaTeX, anything, is to be able to debug. Once you know how to debug, that's when you really know it. So that error is telling you, it's unclosed begin frame found at end document. Meaning that there is a begin frame we open somewhere. But by the time we get to the end of the document, we can see that that frame was not closed. And it is this frame at this line 124. So immediately we go to 126 now, and we end frame. end frame, that error disappears. So that error that I've named demo now, if I recompile, so I will now have a very beautiful slide here that has a title demo, and the only thing I type inside it is s square plus y cube is equal to 180. And for me to type, I need to type it inside $sign. But again, if I continue this way, we are not going to leave here. So if you want to know about these details, let me go into some other things because you can always learn all of these things. Is that these are ways to bring in matrices. You can look at this side now. And I think apart from me even recompiling, immediately I put my cursor on it. Can you see the matrix that is displayed in display that I'm in the editor? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So all these things that I wrote from begin matrix to end matrix, you can see it. Everything there, begin matrix to end matrix. That is what you can see there. And to do all of these things is simple. Just put it in internet. Internet will show you how to write it and all the rest. But before we move on, let me leave these petty things and move into some beautiful things that maybe you want to import images. Let me see where I have images in some of these documents. You can even use this to write. You can use it to write reports, even something that is not even academic. I used it to write report for church when I was in South Korea and all the rest. So you want to import images. Okay, let me take this thesis. So if you look at this side, you can see things here, right? Can you see the right? Is it right now or left? I don't know.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. So these are images. If you look at this now, these are images. These are plots. So how do you bring in the plot into, how do you bring images into LaTeX? Just come to this place, click on upload. If we ask you to select and drag, you can always put it, just select, click select. Once you click select, just like the way you are always selecting things online, put it and enter it, it will come here. But the question is, how do you refer to it? That's actually my concern. You know, I have lots of images here, lots of images. So how do you refer to those images in your LaTeX? That is one thing. Let's quickly do that. Let's quickly do that. I'm coming. Sorry. Just a minute, thesis. Okay. Just a minute, I'm going to, yeah, okay. So how do I bring images in? Let me come here. Okay, here is what slide 5. Slide 5. What's the name of the slide? Methodology. Yeah. So if I want to bring image in, can you see line 240? Hello?
Yes.
So if I want to bring in image, like this particular image now, I want to bring it in. I'm talking about the image in slide 5. If I want to bring it in, all I just need to do is come here, begin center, include graphics, put a scale on it. The scale can be anything. The point is just that you resize it if it is too big or it is too small, whatever. Then bring in the number of what you have used to save the image on this side, add it there, end center, and continue. Now, what I want to type under it, this is methodology workflow. Methodology workflow. Yeah, this is a particular one. So if you look at this slide 7 now, this is actually the one I'm describing. If you look at slide 7, methodology workflow for classification strategy of lithofaces. So methodology workflow for classification of strategy lithofaces. So this is the image itself. Now, I want what I type under it to be very small. I will put begin tiny. So that means because you see that when you are reading some article will be big font, some will be small font. How do you manage all of those things? So begin tiny, we make it small. Then whatever you want to type inside begin itemize, just to itemize things, then put the item, and that will give all the things you want to itemize. So like in this case now, this case, if I put 1, the thing will be so big that it will even push off the things that are remaining there. You can see it. So if I upload my image and it's like this, do I need to cry? The answer is no. I can reduce it from 1 to 0.8. If 0.8 is still not helping me, 0.8. If 0.8 is still not helping me, and I can see that everything I have put in that frame is still not out, I continue to reduce until it gives me the right, so 0.5, until I have the right size that will contain everything in that page. And that's all. You understand? So that is that about that. Then there are some ways that maybe you want to put some color. Again, time is not there because if we continue this, we will not leave this thing. The long story short is that there are YouTube videos that I've already added that will teach you from ground zero to become a pro. And one good thing about this is that there is no pro, quote unquote, somewhere. Definitely there are pros, don't misunderstand me, but what we are seeing is that everybody is learning. You may have been using LaTeX for many years, and one day you will see the LaTeX that maybe a fresher, someone that is just starting, is using, and you will see some beautiful features in it. You know, there are ways you can start numbering from one page. That numbering in one page will flow into numbering in another page, and there is a way that you can also have some beautiful coloration and all the rest. So all these things, you can learn them, and as you continue to work, you continue to see, like you can see here now, I'm using both red and black ink. I'm trying to see if in this place I have all this T box color and all the rest. But if I can't find it, no problem, we'll move on. So all these things, the details, you can always find them. But before I move on, there is something that I need to mention, which if I don't mention, I've not done a good job in this. Let me go to any paper here for references. Project report, no. I want to bring out how to do references from here, because if I don't do that, then I've not done a good job. Comparison, yeah. Is this paper? Yeah, okay, this is a paper. Good. So how do I bring in references? And I think after this, I will be wrapping up. Now, these are references. This is my main. Main is where I'm typing the whole work and not the rest. Typing all the mathematics, the English, and all the rest. Now, the point now is that I want to reference. As I'm typing, I want to be adding reference. So I will open another one. Instead of .text, I will open it as .bib. So under that .bib, this is where articles are now. So let's assume that I want to reference an article. Let me just quickly go to Google Scholar very fast. Google Scholar, Google Scholar, Google Scholar. Okay. So very fast, just a case study. Let's assume that what is climate change? What is climate change? Let's assume that I want to cite this paper. Very simple. I click on cite. It brings different options for me. Don't forget that inside my LaTeX, I have bib.text. I will click on this bib text. I will click it. So in the presentation we're having, you see end notes somewhere in one of the presentations. So that's a case study for that. But in LaTeX, I'm using bib text. Click on bib text. It will bring the citation for that paper for you. Just copy it, Control A, Control copy. Come back here. Under this color, let me put that thing that I just copied. Now, if you look at what I just copied now, you will see that what is there is change 2016 climate. Can we all see that? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes,
this change, yes, this change 2016 climate, I copy it. I now come to my mail. I want to cite this paper. I come to my mail, and I'm going to do only that one as a case study. Let me just go to the beginning so that I can delete it later on. If I will even delete it immediately. So let's assume that, yeah. Now, the explosion of data collection. If you look at the paper here, okay, if you look at the beginning, the explosion of data collection, is there any citation there? Hello? Hello?
No, there's no
No.
solution.
Great. So now that explosion of data collection, I want to cite it now. Can you see line 71?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So that explosion of data collection, if I put backslash cite, there are different kinds of cite options. Cite, put the curly brackets. Change 2016 climate that I just brought out now, put it. If I recompile again, after the explosion of data collection, after collection, it is cite. In between collection and as, there will be a cited reference here. You can see change 2016. It has already cited that paper. Is that okay? So that's just simply. And there are different forms of citation method and all the rest. The one we are using in this place is this type. There are other ones you just see only square brackets, you see a number inside it. That's different. That's based on the format of that LaTeX, on the LaTeX editor you are using for that particular one. So long story short is, let me quickly delete that. Long story short is that there is a lot you can do with all of this. A lot. And to wrap it up is, let me go back to where we are coming from. To wrap it up is that if you are really interested in all these things, the resources, I'm going to send it to Professor, and he will send it to you. Like you want to learn LaTeX, just open it, you learn LaTeX. You want to learn Overleaf, you learn Overleaf. I would just believe that Overleaf may be easier for you because it has a lot of support. LaTeX also has support, but it's online and it's more dynamic. It's just like when you are doing something on your hard copy book and you are doing something online, and as you are typing. In fact, I think it's a very basic explanation for me to compare LaTeX and Overleaf for you. For Overleaf, for LaTeX, you are writing on your book. So except maybe you have some add-ons and not the rest. If you are writing something wrong, you will not know. But for Overleaf, you are writing on Microsoft Word. Immediately you type SEAR. When you are supposed to type SEARL, he is giving you another line to tell you that you are wrong. That is giving you an auto prompt to correct. So that's just what I can use to do the comparison between the two of them, because Overleaf is online enabled. So it's easier for you to fix your bug, your errors, than when you are using LaTeX, which is on your local computer. So, but the two of them are doing the same work. So organizing your research, you use digital organization. We talk about it again. Anything you need, the tutorials are here. I've had lot and lot of tutorials here. If you want to go on digital organization to organize your folder, and I've already shown you how I organize my work as well. Then reference managers, we've talked about all these things, and we've given few videos that you can use to watch and all the rest. The best practices, we talk about that. Regularly update what you are doing. Consistent naming convention. Name your work in such a way that when you are going back to it later on, you can easily identify what you did that time. Then you back up always if you are using online backup or on your local computer on your hard drive. Conclusion is that we've tried to see how you can use AI tools to effectively do literature review, conduct research, and all this. We've actually mentioned a lot of things here that in itself, each of them are hours of actually study. Most or more importantly is that this document is a kind of compendium of resources for you. That, oh, you want to do LaTeX, just quickly go there, pick it up, and that will tell you some of the videos. And from those videos, they also may not be the best. As much as possible, I try to look for the best, but they also may not be the best. You may still say, in fact, a better video may come up tomorrow, but this can be a starter for you. I think at this point, I may need to ask if you have questions. How can someone manage templates in both LaTeX and Overleaf, please? Okay, I for one, because again, this is research. Transparency is part of academic integrity. I for one, I have not really used LaTeX. Yes, there are times that I attempted using it, but I just left it up. I've been more on Overleaf. In fact, I started it with Overleaf and I'll stop with it. So that answer, I may not be able to give a correct and exact answer to it. I think I've answered that question, right? But on a general note, the two of them are closely related. They are doing actually the same thing. The only difference is just that for LaTeX, you may be knocking your head upon. There are some things I did not even, okay, I think I mentioned when I was comparing. For Overleaf, maybe I can quickly show my screen now again. For Overleaf, there is a place, if you are using the premium version, for Overleaf, if you are using the premium version, you can collaborate. That's part of the advantages of it. You can see share here. So you put the name of the person, you tell the person if you can edit, if you can view, and from there, I can be here in US, you can be wherever you are, and we can both be writing a paper together. We can both be on the same system. You are working, I'm working, I'm seeing what you're editing, you are seeing what I'm editing, and not this. And once I put your email address and not this, I invite you, then you join me in the project. So I think since I don't have a paid version, maybe I can only invite one person. But if I have a paid version, I can invite up to like 9 persons with myself making 10. So that's that. But I think that did not answer the question that person mentioned. The question was, how can someone manage templates in both LaTeX and Overleaf? The truth of the matter is that they are both similar. Just that LaTeX, Overleaf become more flexible because of being supported online. Yeah. Any other question? For Overleaf, can we have 2 columns in just one? Yes, all of those things you can have there. You understand? What I did is just a, how do I put it? I do not want to open my official account. If I open my official account, I will show you where you have 2 columns. In fact, you can even have 3 columns. Like that question now. Okay, let's quickly do a little bit of them very fast to save the day. The question that person asked, just come to YouTube, bam. And this is how to work on the general note. How to just put it here. How to create 2 columns in In fact, this is even the most important thing in overleaf. What do I mean by the most important thing? For you to know how to go to YouTube and get your answer. That's the most important thing in research. Or don't let me say in research. I mean, or don't let me say the most important thing, but one of the good things or important things. So look at it. You come here. How many minutes video? 2 minutes, 44 seconds or 45 seconds. You are done. How to expand figures on 2 columns in overleaf, double column latex in overleaf. So that's in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you are done. Is that okay? So I've answered that question, even though I did not do it. That same question, just put it on Google. You bring it to show you how to do it at your house. Yeah. Any other question? Can you create a Gantt chart? Almost anything. As long as you have, if you see something from other researchers, the possibility is almost there that you get it. There are even templates. Okay, let me go online again. In fact, one of the things you also want to do, you also want to familiarize yourself with overleaf, this thing. Overleaf, look at it here. Overleaf itself, they have their own websites. Overleaf, no, this is my own, overleaf.com. So they have their own websites. This is my own. Let's go to overleaf. Overleaf. Wow. Okay. Overleaf. Okay. Documentations, tutorials. Yeah, this way I'm trying to go into. So like almost anything you need. That's one of the good things about overleaf is that you have almost everything you need. Almost everything, if not even all. Figures and table, how to insert table, how to insert images, how to position the images in the table, how to list the table on this. So this, you can even see this overleaf.com/learn under the in the overleaf website itself. So you go to overleaf. That's why I, for one, I started with overleaf and I have stuck with overleaf for quite a number of years now. Because so if you are looking for Gantt charts, you just go to Google, put it there, overleaf Gantt chart. You will see it. Overleaf Gantt chart or charts. You will see this template. You understand? Template you need on grant application. Do you understand? So almost anything, just put it on Google, you will see the template. You will see it. You will see it in time. You can see it. You see it, and just copy it. You start using it and edit. Yeah. Any other question? Okay. So I think at this point now, let me see if Professor is still around. Yeah. So, or any other question before I hand over to Pastor? Okay. Does overleaf have a space for sheets? Like, what do you mean by sheets? I don't understand. I'm waiting. I don't understand sheets. SHEETS. Like an Excel sheet. Okay, what do you want to use sheets? Okay.
Just we can create slides on overleaf. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I get your question. So that's a beautiful question. I've never thought of that, but again, we are all researchers. Let's quickly come here. I can create slides on overleaf. Can I also create something like Excel sheet, something like Excel sheet?
I mean, it's gonna come with a table or something like that. If you can insert table, it should be able.
So export Excel tables to overleaf, so you can see. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So any other question? Any other question? Okay, I think I'll hand over to our professor now.
Wow, thank you so much, Ayo.
Yes, sir.
This is great. Thank you.
Steak.
Let's appreciate him. Thank you for
Thank
this
you.
great lecture.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.